What's up, everybody? It's Volen here in pursuit of art. I got about 5 minutes again, so I think I'll be running for the bus. It'll be another one of those. But it's been a while. I missed you. I've even grown some hair. I don't think you guys have ever seen me with hair. I've never seen me with hair before, so I know it's been a couple months. It's grown a couple times since I last made a video. I'll play you guys a slideshow from this year's work so you can just see what I've been up to. If you can see over here, it's probably about 700 plus things and all the subfolders and stuff. So I'm playing you from January up to now, so hopefully as time goes by you'll see some improvement. I got about 7 minutes, so I wanted to let you guys know I've not fallen off. I've not disappeared because I'm not doing it anymore. It's none of that. It's just sort of realizing more and more how much work it actually takes to do this thing, and especially if you're not doing it in under perfect conditions, if you're having to pretty much live life, pay bills, move countries, stuff like that I've had to do the last couple of years. It's definitely not ideal conditions, Stresses are all over the place. Sick girlfriends, well, they're normally crazy, but sick now as well. So it's been a pretty tough year, but I'm not really saying that to complain. It's just sort of to let you guys know that no matter what's going on, you can't possibly allow yourself the luxury of not doing your work. It's when I first started, last year, when I was thinking like, could I have a YouTube channel? Could I be helping people out? Could I be doing the things that I'm seeing other people do? Could I be doing the concept stuff? Or could I learn to paint? Could I learn to do? Is it possible? Like, am I starting too old? Is my brain lost its ability to change as much as children's brains? Like, there's certain limitations that we know that there are, just in camera, that there are on the human brain. Like, for instance, if you're over 12, I think if you learn a second language, you will always speak, might be 12, might be 15, let's say, but you will always be speaking it with an accent. Like, that's just something, your brain is just sort of, I call it the crusty brain. Like, we're really hard to change. So your brain just all the time, just like, your brain is like an old man, just trying to get crustier and crustier. Like, there's no, I don't want to do this. So it just, the older you get, the crustier old man brain that you get. So you have certain periods where things are easy, and then you have periods where things are hard. But even when things are easy, they're still sort of hard. I think if you learned something as a kid, it was still difficult. You just had more time, and you sort of probably took it as a game, so you probably wouldn't really think about it that much. But as you grow older, though, you start learning more slowly, you start having more stresses, you start having more things that are required of you, and the only thing that you actually do want is just like, oh, please just leave me alone. Just like, for a day, can you just leave me alone? Can I not do stuff for a day? Like, we crave relaxation all the time. We just want to be able to do nothing. I think that's like the thing that's probably most typical for human beings is we just leave us alone. Like, we just want to break. Like, we do enjoy doing stuff. Like, you wouldn't want to just be like in a coma, but at the same time, probably the thing that we always crave most is just, that time when you'll be able to do stuff, that time when you'll be able to read all the books you want to read, the time when you'll finally be able to, get to the gym, do whatever, learn to make pancakes, whatever it is. You just want that time of relaxation, leisurely time, taking your time with things, being like left to yourself to figure out when the best time is to do something, how to do it, all that stuff. And we all crave that. But the thing is that time just goes way too fast for you to be able to do that. That's just not a possibility. I think you need to learn to work under a lot of pressure, and that means you need to change your relationship to pressure. You need to sort of be seeing things as things that are making you better, instead of things making you worse. It was this TED talk from this lady, I can't remember her name, but she was talking about stress and how you perceive stress pretty much dictates whether it destroys you or whether it makes you better. If you see something stressful, it's like, no, please just make it stop. If you take it that way, and if you just always, crave to get away from danger and from all that stuff, or if you actually see challenges as things that will make you grow, then they will make you grow. And bottom line of that whole thing is that it's true. I mean, no matter how you could see it as destructive, but anytime that you are wanting to change something, you will have to go through pain. I mean, that is just, pain is the catalyst of change. If you don't have pain, if something's just completely pleasurable all the time, then it's most likely not something new, and it's not something that is challenging you. So the only way that you can actually grow, and these things might seem abstract, but if you just read, not even a lot, but if you just read some about the brain and how it works and all that stuff, is you need new things. I mean, your brain will only grow new neurons and new connections for you if you're doing harder and harder things. So if you're only doing stuff that's easy to you, if you're doing comfort zone things, and I know I haven't said really anything about art, but everything that I've said you can apply to art. At the same time, you could apply it to anything else. That's why, to me, that's valuable. Because in this book I'm reading now, they say you need to learn the micro to know the macro, which means that you need to learn very deeply something small so that you can have a better understanding of the larger whole. So before I started art, there was like, I feel so much has changed for me that it's like, it feels like the world has changed. Not me, but it feels like the whole world has changed, because it just seems impossible that I've been missing on so many things before. And all the things that I've thought about myself as a person, they're pretty much false. I mean, the good things and the bad things. I mean, I might have thought that I can do this and I can do that, and I'm this type of person or that type of person, but at the same time, when it really gets difficult, we all moan way too much about stuff that's not really difficult, and we all take things when they happen to us as like the most difficult thing ever to have happened to anyone. My situation is like just so unique, and this is like no one's ever had so much stuff happen to them. Like none of that is true, and your situation is most likely just billions of times better than so many other people. Just like the billions of people that have lived before us, just all the people that have had to go to, just ridiculous war. Appreciating the opportunity that you have. I think most of us, we look at day-to-day things that we have, and we can't really see them in context. If you've ever read anything about North Korea, there's a book called Escape from Camp 14. I mean, there's a guy that was born in concentration camp and escaped when he was like 28, 9, whatever. He just escaped then. Like, up until then, life to him was constant. He didn't even know why he would escape. Like, he just didn't know what's out there. There was a guy that actually told him what he could have, and that's when he escaped. But even then, like, that doesn't fix everything that's happened before to this guy, and it doesn't really change a lot. But it's just the fact that someone comes along and tells you, like, there's more to what's happening to you now, and there's more to what you know. So I'm going to have to go run now for the bus, but I do want to let you guys know that what you're doing or what you're trying to do, you need to take serious. Not because, your mommy said so or your daddy said so you can get a job, or for whatever other minor reason like that. To take it serious, because only when you take it serious can you start examining what is actually going on with you, and you can fit better with the world when you can understand how complex and how difficult even simple things are. And then when you start struggling with something, you can appreciate how much struggle anything in life is, and I think you can begin to relate to people more. And whatever your relationship was with your family, everyone's been sort of like, no, they did this to me at a certain point, but you will begin to understand better why people make mistakes, why people might have hurt you in the past, or just, you know, done stuff that you didn't understand, why people in your daily life just keep doing stupid shit, it's because they just can't help themselves, because it is so very difficult to do anything that until you start doing difficult things, you can't possibly relate to people in, I think, a meaningful way and appreciate how hard everything is. Now, putting the hard side, like just putting that aside for a bit, it's not to discourage you. Like, this is not to say this is too hard, you shouldn't do it. It's exactly the opposite. It's to say if it feels difficult, you should go for it, because you as a person will change if you do it. You, when you get to do the things that you have not been able to do before, when you start realizing all your personal deficiencies, like I can't get up when I have to, I choose to procrastinate over doing meaningful things, I could have an impact and an output that is meaningful in the world, but I choose to watch 63 times all episodes of Friends, or whatever it is that your addiction is, and whatever it is that you can't stop yourself from doing. You have choices every day that you could be making. Every single day. Every day is so short. Every day is so short. And yet every day, because we see it as short, we're like, okay, I can just take a day. Like, I can waste it. But at the same time, you are made of days. Like, you are a composite of the days that you've had so far. If you've had good days, you most likely feel that the world is a good place. If you've had bad days, then you most likely feel that the world is a terrible place. You are a composite of the days that you've experienced. And you, if you are over a certain age, let's say about 20, you now have the power to control your days to a much greater degree. You have the power to say that this is a meaningful day, that I can do things in that will allow me to then help others and to do things that I otherwise wouldn't get to. Like, your life could go in either direction. You can either waste every single day, and in the end the collection of days will be a waste, or you can choose and make every day, no matter how little time you have, if you have to go to work, if you have to go to school, I do understand all that stuff. I guarantee you I can understand. But there is enough time, fortunately, even with great disadvantage, to be able to do what you want to do, and to be able to be productive, and to conquer all the challenges that come up. You need to seek out difficult things. You need to be monitoring your own progress all the time. There is no one that'll take you by the hand and will put you in the right place. I've been waiting for that for years, and I remember speaking to a lecturer of mine when I was at university, and he said that he was still waiting to be discovered. He was 50-something years old. That does not happen. You do not get... Some people do, and I think that's why we wait on that myth to happen for us too. Myths don't happen for everyone. Myths are the outliers. We like those stories that something could happen and something will happen. I mean, your story is a myth in a way. Things that will happen to you will not happen to other people. So that's why you have to be very responsible with what you do with each one of your days, so that when that day comes, you are ready and then you can take advantage. And I guarantee you that you can do it. There's just nothing special about any of the people that you might have read about, that whose people you're looking at. There is nothing special about them other than the fact that they've invested tremendous amounts of time and have sacrificed a lot to be able to do that. You can't have everything. You can't have everything. You can't do everything you like and at the same time get to a new place. If you do everything you're already doing, you have no time for new things. You need to cut out all the things that are not productive, and you need to go for it. You need to go for it every day. And even if it sucks, like what's on the screen right now, you just have to do it over and over, and it will suck for a very long time, and you might feel like you suck and the whole world sucks, but you just keep doing the right thing that you have to do, which is difficult, and you reflect and think, because without that, then you're just mechanical. And you do that every day, and you take another step. And I guarantee you, I call this the 1,000-step thing, and I truly believe that. Within 1,000 days, if each day is a step, within 1,000 steps, you can get to where you want to go. I'm on step 500, 600, something like that. I can definitely see with another 300 steps that if I've transformed as a person, it's 600. I know that by 1,000, then I will have achieved my whatever intention I had at the beginning. But then it doesn't end there. You know, you don't get the relaxation and I'm gonna just chill now and just do the things I wanted to. And then you get a new 1,000 days, and a new 1,000 days, and a new 1,000 days. And that could sort of drive you insane, but it's also good. I have to run for the bus now. Thank you very much for anyone that stayed for that long. I hope this thing gave you some encouragement. I've not disappeared. That over there is the calendar for the second year. For those who read the blog, that's the second calendar. So 2 years in a row, not a single day skipped. Let's go, guys. Gotta get to work now. Thank you very much.